As you guys know, I was in the hospital last week, and I ended up having a bladder infection. My electrolytes were all messed up. But I had some of the COVID symptoms. I never had a fever, thank God. And thank God I didn't have COVID. But they tested me, and they put me in a kind of the holding ward, for people who might have COVID. And I have to say it was one of the most miserable hospital experiences I've ever had. Not because of anything that the nurses or doctors did. They were wonderful. But because of the isolation that is required in the hospital because of COVID. You can't leave your room. You have to keep your door closed. I was in a closet-sized room, hooked up to an IV, so everything was hard to do, and it was just very kind of isolating and miserable. In fact, the TV was off, cable was out one day, and one night there was no water. I mean, it was pretty bad. I talked to Father Zogby, who, as you know, had COVID and was pretty sick for a while. And he was in the hospital for 8 days. And I described my stay to him as I felt like I was in Guantanamo Bay in the early days. The only thing I didn't get was a Quran. And he laughed and said he thought he was in Lubyanka, the infamous KGB prison in Moscow. It's pretty miserable in the hospital right now. So please pray for all of those who are suffering from COVID, all those who are hospitalized, because they're very isolated. They're very alone. Their families can't visit them. They can't even leave their room. And pray for all of those, too, who find themselves isolated at home and alone or out of work and just kind of out of the normalcy of life. I have to tell you, that was a horrible experience. And I certainly don't ever want to go back to the hospital during this pandemic. So please pray for the sick. Please pray for those who are alone. And if you're one of those sick or alone, know that you're in my prayers and the prayers of everyone here at Our Lady of the Gulf. God bless you.